Hello and welcome back to my channel, Stitch with Rachel. My name is Rachel and this is Knitting Podcast episode 4. I follow a normal podcast flow, so I'm going to be talking about my finished objects, my works in progress, new cast-ons, and acquisitions as well. I have recently also gotten into sewing a little bit, sewing my own project bag, so there will occasionally be a sprinkling of that throughout some episodes. But if that sounds like fun and something you want to listen to, grab a cozy beverage, project to work on, and come join me. Okay, real quick, we have to have a moment for the mug. Look at this sheep mug. It's so cute. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare from the window. I got this at a local Christmas bazaar craft show, and the little sheep face was just too cute, sticking out from a fence post. These two ladies, they hand throw the pottery and then hand paint them, and I absolutely love it. It's the perfect size for a proper teacup. For me, I have a cup of Earl Grey today. Also, we are in a new filming location because the Christmas tree is currently in the way of my previous one. But I think I might like this one better, so let me know in the comments if you watched my previous ones, if you like this location better than the last one. And last little update before we actually get into my finished objects. It has been a hot minute since you guys have seen me. The whole, 24 of you who watched this, thank you. The last 6 weeks have been absolutely insane. I am a full-time student, like I've said before, in a hard healthcare program. And the end of the semester was terrible, honestly. So it just got really, really busy. I got sick at some point. November is also my birthday month, so my birthday was in there. But I just took my last final yesterday. I got straight A's again somehow this semester, and I am a free bird for the next month, and I can just think about crafting and knitting, and I'm so excited. So now getting into finished objects, the one I am most excited about is my Leaflette shawl. She's obviously not blocked yet, right? She's gonna look a lot better after she has a nice little bath and relaxes. Same could be said for me. She is all done. This was so much fun. Let me find, so this was my stitch marker last time you guys saw me, right there. And this is how much I did. And I did this much in about 4 days over Thanksgiving break, which I was kind of amazed by. Let me try to really open this up for you guys, so you can kind of see the pattern. It's going to be so pretty. Highly recommend this pattern. Was easy to memorize. Everything is written out and charted, and it was so much fun. Absolutely love this. I've talked about it in length in some other episodes, so I won't go into too much detail about this. But yeah, it's done. I'm so excited to block it. Actually, once I'm done filming, I'm going to block it. I should have done it before, but I wanted to be able to show you guys something, so I waited. But yeah, and this is, so I'm filming on Friday. My best friend Teresa, who this is for, arrives on Tuesday. So I finished this just in time. It's going to block over the weekend. I'm going to be able to wrap it up and stick it under the tree. And I am just, so excited. And I would 100% cast this on again. This was such a fun project. And I am tempted though, instead of repeating, she has, so this was the Leaflette shawl. And I'll, of course, as usual, have all the details down in the descriptions, designers, yarns, etc. She has one called Scarflette, which has the same leaf pattern, but it also has cables in it, and it's stunning. So it's very similar. The lace work will be recognizable, similar, but then there'll also be some cables mixed in too, and so a little bit more challenging, but also still really fun. So I'm thinking about that. So that's my first finished object. I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like blocked, because it's just gonna open up and just be stunning. Next on my finished object list are my grandma socks. They still need to be blocked as well, but they're all done. I did these toe up, and I did a forethought heel. I think they turned out super cute, and she's gonna absolutely love them. Really pleased. They're a ton of fun. I'm a sock girl. I love socks. I am, however, really excited to get back to my socks because these were a Christmas gift. So I have 3 sock projects that are in progress from before gift knitting started, and they are all lone, sad, single sock projects with only one sock done or mostly done. So I'm really excited now to start knitting for me again and I definitely want to jump back into those and get those finished so I can get them on my feet and have cozy toes this winter. I don't remember the details really. They're toe up. I didn't follow a pattern, just kind of like a general my vanilla sock recipe at this point, what I enjoy doing. I did try a new bind off at the top. That's the one thing I don't like about toe up socks is binding off the cuff. Sometimes it like flares out and it just doesn't look like neat and nice. And this one is, I don't remember what I did, guys. It was some kind of, but it's not the like Jenny, it wasn't Jenny stretchy bind off. Maybe it was the Icelandic. I don't remember, and I don't think I wrote it down in my Ravelry notes either. So I'll try to find it. If I do, I'll put it down in the description. But I like it. It's definitely like neater than what I've done before. Still like flares a little, not the most even. I also haven't blocked them yet though too, so that might kind of help even it out. But overall, I liked this better than what I did previously. So I'll definitely like be doing some more toe up socks now that I think I found something that I like better. Because right now it's my favorite way to do socks is toe up. I don't know why, I just do. So those are my grandma socks. My last finished object I have to show you guys, I don't have because it's gone. I gifted it. It was the crocheted rainbow baby blanket. I'll put a little picture up here, and I finished it in time before Precious Baby got here, and it was just so much fun. The parents had no idea I was doing this for them. If you're new here, I'll give you a little backstory. They had been trying for their second for quite a while. They'd lost quite a few, and so this was a very special rainbow baby. And so I did a white blanket with the rainbow border, rainbow blanket for their rainbow baby. And it was love. They were so excited and surprised. It was so sweet. And baby is here and healthy and perfect. And so that has been so much fun. I've made so many baby gifts this year. Everyone's been having babies, and I love doing it, but I'm also like, no one is currently pregnant. I'm kind of like, okay, guys, give me a break. Like I need some off time from baby knits. So yes, that is my last baby knit for the somewhat foreseeable future. And I'm excited to move on to some other things. So those are all of my finished objects. I have only one whip actually. Again, I've been really busy, guys. So even though it's been like 6 weeks since I've talked to you, I don't have a ton of like project stuff because I haven't had time to like knit. The leaflet scarf is what I focused on over Thanksgiving break, and that's kind of it. So pretty low content on actual stuff because I don't have that much, but then I've got a lot of acquisitions, guys, because it was my birthday month and it was Black Friday, and I was really stressed, terrible end of the semester, and I had quite a few like treat yourself moments. So there's some really exciting yarns and new cast ons coming. But update on my current whip, it is my Cargill sweater, which I am absolutely loving. Also, this is in a new bag that I sewed. It kind of I kind of like made it to match and be like wintry. It's just this like winter bird fabric. We got denim at the bottom, gray snowflake fabric on the inside. I also got these new stitch markers that are snowflakes, and they're so pretty. I love them. I'm obsessed. On to the actual sweater. Sorry, we're a little wiggly here today. This is going so well now. I'm having so much fun. Let me see where we're at. Okay. Look how much progress I've made, guys. Like somehow, some way, I managed to like finish the yoke. The yoke is done. I'm ready to split for sleeves. And I do have, here's my progress marker from last time. So last time I talked to you guys, I was down here at this little guy, and it doesn't actually like feel like that much progress. That's maybe 4 inches. But this yoke has gotten like absolutely huge. Like every round takes so long. So splitting for sleeves is gonna be like magical because now the body rounds are gonna go by so much faster. Yeah, I am just absolutely loving how this is turning out. I love the color. I'm using Drops Daisy. It's my first time using Drops Daisy. It's super nice to work with. It's really soft. But I have heard that it pills really badly, so I'm a little nervous about that. But what am I going to do? I'm just going to knit it, and then I'm going to wear it, and if I need to, I will depill it, you know. And then I'll know in the future maybe that won't be my first choice for projects like this. But it's been going really well. Although once I split for sleeves, I'm not sure if I want to actually like get started on the body or if I want to pick up the collar, because like right now it's definitely like changing like the neck shape. It kind of got like a square neckline going here right now. So part of me really wants to pick up the collar and do that so the top actually like looks like a sweater, if you know what I mean. But let me know in the comments. Should I pick up the collar and do that before doing the body, or should I just knit the body and like keep going? Because I'm not sold yet. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I've made really good progress on this. It's been a ton of fun. It's a very potato chippy knit. If you've been around, you know that the beginning of this pattern was like a real struggle. The beginning is not written super clearly, but once you get past that and you just like get going, once you're in the round, it's an absolute breeze. It's so much fun. The pattern is so memorizable. Like you don't even really need the instructions. Yeah, so it's just really kind of been flying off the needles. I can't believe how much I've actually like managed to knit. And part of me wants to finish this in time for Christmas, which is in, what is today? Today is December 13th. So it would be in 10 days. I don't know, maybe I'll be like the twins, the knitting twins, and do a little mini challenge. I don't know about that, but it would be awesome to have this done in time for Christmas. But we'll see. I'm also have now that I'm a free bird from school, I have so many projects I want to do. I have so much new yarn. I have new knitting books to pull from, and I'm just like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna settle on, like, because I'm excited by it all. So we'll see. But low key would be like really nice and fun. But we'll see what happens there. All right, so that's the only whip I have, but I made really good progress. Super excited. I have one new cast on. It's I did this one morning when I just really could not be bothered to study anymore, and my brain was like, "Nah, we knit in this morning." And so this was a procrastination knit, but I'm using this gorgeous teal alpaca yarn that my friend Teresa sent me last year for Christmas. It is so soft, and I've been holding on to it because I just didn't know what to make with it. Like, it's one of those things where I want to make sure I use up the whole skein. Like, I don't want some leftover scrap of this like special yarn that I never know what to do with. So I've been hemming and hawing for a year basically on what to make with it. Originally I was gonna make a hat, but I knew like it was too much yarn for a hat, and then I was gonna have leftovers. Anyway, so I've cast on for a cowl. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't gotten very far. I just did like a couple of rows of ribbing. Also, more cute stitch stoppers. Look at these guys. Little like book Christmas trees. I'm also an avid reader. So anyways, love those. And my friend got me this stitch stopper when she got me the yarn, and it's a little llama slash alpaca. That's my alpaca yarn. So I'm pretending it's an alpaca. So anyways, it's cute. I like it when things match. But so I looked for cowl patterns on Ravelry. I want something simple, like I was maybe even just gonna do like something like stockinette, but I'm like, this yarn is so pretty. I kind of want it to be special. I don't know, like I was really struggling. Like I could not find a pattern that I liked. Like it just, I couldn't find any that were right, or if I did, it wasn't the right weight yarn. And I was like, I don't know about, you know. And so I was like, I'm just gonna freeball it. Like I'm just gonna do my own. I'm gonna write my own pattern for it. I don't know if I'll actually write the pattern. But I'm gonna do, I think, just cables, something really simple, but will stand out and look really pretty. And so yeah, I'm just gonna do, I think, some maybe like 3x3 cables and then some pearls in between. And I think it'll just be like really simple but stunning. And I love this color. It's definitely one of my colors. And it's alpaca, so it'll also be super cozy warm. I actually have yet to knit a cowl, so this will be my first one. So that's kind of fun and special too for this. But it's great because when I have to like walk the dog in the winter or just like go out for a cold girl walk instead of a hot girl walk because it's cold outside. I definitely like a cowl more than a scarf because it really just like kind of stays put and like can keep my neck, or I can tuck it kind of up around my nose and my mouth. Which is also why this looks small. I don't want like a loose scarf-like cowl. Like I don't want a decorative cowl. I want a warm neck warmer cowl basically. So that's what I'm doing. I'll keep you guys updated on how this goes because I've cast this on and ripped this out three times already. Yes. I've ripped out and cast on 3 times because I kept getting the count wrong. which like that's just one of the funniest things. If you are new or thinking about knitting and you think you can count, you're going to be so humbled. You're going to be so humbled. Crocheting too, really any fiber arts where you have to like count stitches, right? Yeah, so I got humbled, but I was also stressed. I had scrambled eggs for brains, so I'm not surprised that I made that many mistakes. But we have the right stitch count now. We're going to move on. I think when I'm done recording today, I'm going to make some progress on this to see if I like the cable I've chosen and if I like the look of it. Because if not, then we'll rip out and start again. But so that is my new cast on, and this is going to whip up so fast. This is the label on this yarn. It's a small local farm in the Northeast. And so the label isn't really like, it doesn't even say how many grams the yarn is. It doesn't say the weight of the yarn, but it feels like a worsted weight to me, maybe even an Aran. And so that's what I'm treating it as. But so this is working up super quickly. And so this will just be a blast and a breeze to get through. Like I could probably sit down and like knit it in a day, maybe two, you know what I mean, depending. But like, yeah, it's gonna whip up so fast. And then I'm gonna have a nice cozy cowl. I would love, since my friend Teresa is the one who got me that yarn, if I could kind of have that finished when she gets here so she could see that I used the gift she got me and made something with it and made something I wear. Like I just feel like that would be nice and she would appreciate that. You know what I mean? Okay. I feel like that was super fast. Um, I went through all those really fast, but I hope I didn't talk too fast. A lot of it I've talked about before, so I don't want to like go into too much detail. So we're just gonna keep moving on. So next I have a soon to be new cast on that also is leading into acquisitions. So we're moving into acquisitions, which is gonna probably be the bulk of this episode because um, I treated myself a lot these last couple of weeks. So starting off, I'm going to be casting on the Step by Steps cardigan by Florence Miller. I have not knit a cardigan yet. I've only done sweaters, and I really am a cardigan girl. I like the layers. I can get hot, and so being able to layer or have a V-neck, something that's just a little like loose and open and like easier to like regulate my temperature with, is nice. And so I did this swatch, which I've showed you guys before, in Drops Nepal in the color Fog. And I just thought it was a little too like open, like it's a little too see-through. It's not see-through, but just like I wanted it a little more dense. But I was on gauge. So I was like, oh well, maybe I'll just add a strand of like mohair or something that'll kind of fill in the gaps and hopefully it won't grow too much in gauge because I'm like, it's lace weight yarn. It's literally just fluff. I can't change my gauge that much. Well, it did. Well, first let me show you the yarn I got. So this is my first mohair purchase. I thought mohair was too itchy and I couldn't wear it. And then my local yarn store got a mohair in and I touched it. I was like, oh, that's actually really soft. Like, I think I could wear that. I did not end up purchasing that one. I went online and they got some, let me just show you. I'm just talking about showing you. I got Rowan Kid Silk Haze. It is this gorgeous, I believe the colorway is Pebble. But I didn't realize this is a variegated mohair. So we go from like dark gray. You can kind of see that band of dark gray there, and then really, really light gray, which actually works because there's some variegation in this Drops Nepal. So I got, these are 50-gram balls of mohair. So I got 3 skeins because these were 60% off. And I know, like, I hear the name Rowan and I know it's a good yarn brand. I've heard that their mohair is really soft. And so without ever touching it, I just kind of went for it. And it is incredibly soft. I'm so glad I did. And yeah, I knit up a swatch with the Nepal and the mohair. And this is what we got. It's so fluffy. I'm obsessed. And I like how the gray just kind of like evens out the blue a little bit. Like it just makes it a little more, I don't know. I just like it. But I don't know if you can tell the gauge difference between these two swatches. Like, even though I was using the same needles, somehow, like, just that little strand of fluff really made my gauge bigger. Like, so this is, I'm supposed to hit 16 stitches per 10 centimeters, which my initial swatch did. I never hit gauge on my first time, so that was nice for a change. But then, of course, I had to change things. And this swatch, I washed and blocked it last night, and it is 14 stitches per 10 centimeters, which 2 stitches is enough over the length of a garment to like cause some issues and stuff size wise. So I just really don't want to make a third swatch though. So I think what I'm going to do is just drop down half needle size. So these were 5.5 millimeters. So I think I'll just drop down to 5 millimeter. And that should fix it. And also it's going to be an oversized cardigan. So if there's a slight difference, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, so I think that's just what I'm going to do. Drop down half needle size and then just cast on because I'm so excited. I need a cardigan. I also need like a mindless project. Cargill is easy. Like it doesn't really take brain power, but I do have to like keep track of my rows and like there's some brain power involved. Like, and I just really want like a stockinette project. You know what I mean? And this step-by-step cardigan is so easy. There's nothing super fussy. It's raglan shaping, and it's just knit a row, purl a row, knit a row, purl a row. And I don't hate purling. So I'm really looking forward to just this like super mindless basic knit. And I think it's gonna look really pretty with this yarn combo. So I'm excited. I might cast that on today. I have a lot of things I want to cast on. I'm just so excited, and it's really hard to decide. So we'll see what I actually end up getting up to, but I would like to, I think, at least get started. You know, that initial cast on process is like just so much dopamine, so much fun. So we'll see. So that's a yarn acquisition and a hopefully soon to be new cast on. I at least have the gauge swatches done. Then I have my most exciting, I would say, acquisitions. So these are still, I have some yarn acquisitions, and then I also have some book acquisitions. I am an avid reader, and my love for books definitely transfers over to my hobbies. So I have a collection of knitting books now, and I love it because I use it for like inspiration and things like that. But we'll get into the books in a minute. So next, like I said, November was my birthday, and my aunt went to Ireland, and she brought me back this gorgeous hand spun alpaca yarn from a small little local yarn shop in Ireland. And it is just so soft. And it was such a sweet and like thoughtful gift for me. And I'm so excited. But it is definitely like very like roughly spun. Like this is like barely spun. And then we have some super skinny strands as well. I can't really separate those, but hopefully you guys can kind of really see the texture we got going on there. So I'm really not sure what to make with it. There's also they're both different. Like there's no weight to them. It doesn't, obviously it's kind of thick and thin. And then this one's 48 grams and then this one's 64 grams. It's a very odd like amount of yarn. It's very like thick and thin, homespun, and I just really don't know what to do with it. Like it's gorgeous. It is so soft. But I have no idea what to make with it. So if you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments because it's such special yarn and I want to make something special with it, but I don't know what to make. I've never worked with yarn that's like thick and thin. And so I just really don't know what to make sure that it looks nice like that. I just have no idea what to make. So please help. But yeah, this was a very thoughtful gift. What a special kind of yarn to have. So I'm really excited to eventually make something with that. So my next yarn acquisition is from my local yarn store. So I got two separate things. So one, my local yarn store has started their own yarn dyeing company, and so it's called One of a Kind Yarn, and this is their colorway orange sherbet, which is just scrumptious. Like look at the little speckles of like hot pink and orange, but then it's this gorgeous coral peachy color. Ugh, I'm just obsessed. Stunning. I'm a sock knitter. I'm like, I need these to just be some cute vanilla peachy socks. So that was that. And then what I'm most excited about, they had a trunk show. Sorry, we're gonna have some crinkling here with the bag. Okay. They had a trunk show for Plies and Hellhounds, which I have seen them on social media. I follow them on social media. I saw all about them when Flock was going on. And so they had a trunk show for Plies and Hellhounds. I was so excited because I wanted to actually be able to like squish the yarn in person. And so I got these gorgeous gorgeous freaking colors. Like look at the saturation. I'm obsessed. These are just stunning. And then I also got, this is Trilogy yarns. I got this one because there's a project all three of these are going to be. But really quick, I want to tell you about the fiber content of this Plies and Hellhounds yarn. So this Folklore Club yarn is their Lucent yarn. This is what they call this blend. Sorry, words and things. So it's 70% superwash BFL, which I don't see a ton of BFL, and I love BFL, so that was super exciting. And there's 20% silk and 10% cashmere. Guys, like this is delicious. This is luxurious, and the colors are stunning, and I'm obsessed, and I'm so excited. And then this dark colorway is their Marie Cutie yarn blend, and it is 75% superwash Corriedale and 25% nylon. And it's this really gorgeous, like super dark. It's showing up lighter, getting blown out a little bit from the window. So it's darker than it's showing on camera, which is this gorgeous, like super, super dark, rich midnight navy kind of color. And then the Trilogy yarns, I believe, is just, yes, 80-20 superwash merino nylon. But so these are all three again together. And my local yarn shop is doing a knit along starting on January 1st for the Festival of Stitches shawl. I'll put a picture up here. When this was initially published, I believe it was also a knit along. But one of the ladies at the yarn shop just made one to make one. And everyone was like, oh my God, like, what is that? It's stunning. And so now it's become a knit along for the whole yarn shop. Anyways, I'm super excited. It's going to be so much fun. We're having a cast on party on January 1st. So hopefully I'll have a little like vlog or something, or cast, I don't know, some kind of video to go for that, because I'm super, super excited. The yarns are delicious. The pattern is gorgeous. And I haven't done a knit along yet. So I'm super, super excited for this. I think it's just going to be so much fun. Okay. I have 2 more yarn acquisitions to show you. And then I have my book acquisitions that I'll end with. So next, well, actually, I'm going to save this one because this one overlaps with one of the books, because I bought this yarn to knit a pattern from one of the books. So we're actually going to save that one. I have 2 boxes this size from knitpicks. Did I mention they had a Black Friday sale? And I was feeling a little low. And so I had a ginormous treat yourself moment. So let me show you what I got. So starting off, I'll show you the sock yarn because I got a good bit just to add to my stash. No specific projects in mind, just they're things that I've wanted to try and they were so cheap. So first I have this gorgeous variegated, I believe this is one of their self-striping colorways, knitpicks stroll tonal. So it's a tonal, but I think it kind of ends up self-striping. Just this gorgeous midnight blue, navy kind of color. And I think I'll just knit this straight up as a vanilla sock. I don't even know if I'll do a contrasting heel and toe. Like, I just really love this colorway. I might, but we'll see. Like, so all of these are pretty loose plans. So I also got some more knitpick stroll, but just in colors and stuff that I haven't had before. So I got some tweed yarn in this gorgeous color, which is really similar to my current sweater. And then I also got this gorgeous green tweedy color. I realized I don't have a ton of colors that are great for like men's socks, mostly because I knit for me. But I've needed some recently, and this like tweedy green brown with like a brown, chocolatey brown heel and toe would be really gorgeous. Of course, I could also wear these, but I just wanted some more like neutral or masculine kind of colors to be able to pull from. And so I got those tweed yarns, and also just this really pretty like purple heathered variegated yarn. Again, these were just super cheap and I couldn't help myself. So after that, let's see here. Knitpicks chroma. So the only knitpicks yarn I've actually used before is the stroll sock yarn, and I love it. But so I wanted to try some other things. So I got this gorgeous chroma, which is a variegated, like ombre variegated And they have a double knit snowflake scarf pattern. I'll put a picture up, knit with this, which is why I bought it. And it's just stunning. I'm so excited. I've never done double knitting, and the snowflakes are gorgeous. This is going to be a Christmas present for my mom next year. I don't think I'm going to cast this on immediately because, like I said previously, I need to do some selfish knitting. I'm kind of done knitting for other people at the moment, and so I don't want to cast this on right away. And so this might wait actually until next fall to get started, but we'll see. But double knitting, ombre, it's going to be freaking gorgeous, and I'm so excited. It'll also be a new technique, a new skill for me, new yarn. So yeah, I'm really excited to work with this and see how that turns out. I also got, sorry guys, I'm trying to get organized over here. This chroma, we're losing our labels here. And this really pretty turquoisey color. For me, they had another pattern on knitpicks that was a shawl, lacy shawl wrap that had the variegated yarn and this white stripe in between, and it was just gorgeous. And so I got these and that for me. The chroma is normally I think $14 or $16 a skein. It was on sale for $4 a skein, which is why I bought so many. And lastly, I got these two colorways of the chroma as well. This one's very beachy to me, the coral and then sea foamy green, and this one's red and pinks. I think these could make cute mittens. They could also be used for sock yarn, which could be fun to do a color work with a variegated ombre. So to do some kind of floral or something with the ombre effect in a sock or something. That could be really fun. So that is my first knitpicks order from Black Friday. And then my second one, which I did a week later or something, was when I was still on the hunt for some mohair yarn. And I've heard good things about their Aloft yarn, but nobody really talks about, when you hear mohair, no one talks about the knitpicks Aloft mohair. But I found a couple people who are it's literally so soft. Why do not more people use this? Why do not more people talk about this? And it was on sale. I got their alpaca and their mohair for a project, and one was 60% off and the other one was 40% off, which is why I was able to get a sweaters, cardigans quantity. And this is what I got. They're just stunning, and they're so soft. I just want to be, it's like a little soft sandwich. Oh my goodness. So this is their Andean Treasure DK weight alpaca yarn. In this heathered pink. It is stunning. When I tell you it's soft, I don't think you understand how soft this is. And then the mohair is just a little bit lighter, but there's that little lighter bit in the heathered alpaca, and I just think it's going to be so gorgeous. I am not a pink girly. I'm very much a blue-green girly. But I recently did a color analysis, not officially. I don't have $350 for that, but apparently I do for yarn. So I just did it via ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said that I am a light summer. And so these kind of pastel soft pinks are actually very much so in my color palette, and I'm trying to kind of expand, try some new things. I love green and blue. It will be most of my wardrobe, but I want to do something different. And it's to go with a book I got and a specific pattern in this book. So I got Kutavakika's new knitting book. I'm so excited. When I saw she was working on this, I knew I was going to order it. As soon as pre-orders came out, I pre-ordered it. I paid for the shipping from Germany. It was worth it. The book is stunning. There's so many delicious patterns in here, but the one I want to do, let me show you. It's so pretty. It's her limoncello cardigan. And it's just this, hopefully you can see that well. This gorgeous cable lace work, oversized, fluffy, it's just scrumptious. If that doesn't show up super well, I'll put a photo up in the corner too. But I saw this pattern when she was teasing it in one of her YouTube or Instagram videos or something, and I was like, I have to have that. I have to make that. I'm yellow's not my color, but I'm going that pattern, I need it. I need it. So as soon as the book came, I looked at the pattern, I looked at the yarn requirements, Knitpicks had a sale, and so this is going to turn into that gorgeous limoncello cardigan. I'm so excited. Again, I'm really tempted to like cast this on today. There's a lot of things I'm excited about. I think I'm going to at least cast on my step-by-step cardigan first. I haven't made a cardigan even before, so I figured let's start the step-by-step one. And then after I get a ways into it, and then I have finished my Cargill, I'll need something that's not boring. Not that that's boring. You know what I mean. Something that has a little more interest, a little more challenge. And so then I'll have my plain cardigan going, and then I'll cast on this fun lacy cabled cardigan in these scrumptious yarns, and it's just going to be amazing. The patterns in here I'm really excited. There's quite a few. I want to make. I'm a little hesitant to buy knitting books sometimes because there's sometimes only like one pattern I want, and I'm going, I don't want to buy the whole book for that one pattern. I'll just buy the one pattern off their Ravelry. But there's a lot in here that I want to make, and so I'm super excited to add this book to my collection. And on a side note, the reason why I went for this yarn combo, aside from the fact that it was on sale, I was watching the Crayabea knitting podcast, one of my favorites, and she was kind of going through her sweaters and what she made out of them and like how they've held up. That wasn't the point of the whole video. It was just kind of something she went over in the video, I think. I don't remember which video it was. Anyways, and she was saying how that the cardigans and sweaters that she knit out of drops alpaca and then like I think Ficolanatilia, maybe a mohair. So like an alpaca and a mohair blend is super soft, but the mohair helps it so like it literally never pills and it looks brand new. She's had it for, you know, some of these she's had for like 2 years and they look like they've almost never been worn. So she's like, it's one of her favorite yarn combinations because of that. You get the softness and like the luxury of alpaca, but then the mohair helps it stay durable. Because usually like with knitting, if something's soft, then it's going to pill or it's not going to last as long, right? Like we have this like scale and if softness goes up, some other things come down, right? And yeah, so she just highly recommended that combo. And I was originally going to get Drops Alpaca because it's very affordable, but it wasn't currently on sale. They almost always have their yarn on sale if you just wait like a month or so. But then Knitpicks had on sale and I wanted to try their mohair, and so I just went with it and got this. And so that's kind of where the combo came from. And I'm super excited because this is such a gorgeous piece. Like I want it to be an heirloom piece. And it's definitely going to be. So that's enough yammering on about that. That is all of my yarn. I'm done with yarn acquisitions. I know that's a lot. So I just have 3 more little books to show you, and then we'll be all done for the day. So I got Charlotte Stone is the queen of colorwork socks. I have her first colorwork sock book. She came out with a second one. I pre-ordered this one as well. I'm super excited. There's so many fun ones in here. There's pizza socks, frog socks, parrots. There's flowers, the carrots. I also got that brown knit pick stroll in a tweed. Would be so cute for these carrot socks. Look at these guys. Come on, so cute. So super excited to hopefully now have time to knit some socks for me and do some colorwork socks. I haven't actually knit any from her first book, which I also own. So we'll see which I pick from. But I'm really excited for those. And then I got Arctic Knits by The Petite Knitter, not to be confused with Petite Knit. I follow them on social media. I really love their colorwork designs. The neutrals aren't so much me, but like the patterns are stunning and I can make them my own. And I was gonna buy, I had like probably 6 of their patterns in my cart on Ravelry, and it's like, why don't I just buy their new book? Like I'm obviously like feeling the vibe, really enjoying the colorwork. They're also size inclusive. I will only buy patterns from size inclusive designers. So if you are also looking for size inclusive, you can count on, if I recommend someone, they're going to be size inclusive. So yeah, I'm really, and they also do, this designer has hats, they have socks, and they have the same stitch pattern, so you can knit a pair of socks to match like the yoke of your sweater. I think that's really fun. So I'm excited to delve into this. I am determined to knit a colorwork sweater in 2025. So I bought a couple of different patterns, and I'm going to kind of wait and see which one really feels like the right one, and then I will get into that. Because then I'm going to need to buy some yarn for that, and there's no buying yarn anytime soon after these last couple weeks. The last book I got, this was a birthday gift from my friend Alexa. It's the Big Book of Latavia Mittens. I am going to be a mitten girl. I'm so excited. I've mentioned this, so I'm not going to go into it too much because I got another mitten knitting book. Mittens and socks are really similar. I love knitting socks. I absolutely love knitting mittens. I can't wait to get into this a little bit more. This will also be great, like working on my colorwork skills. And there's so many fun patterns, and I have so much sock yarn, and I can use sock yarn for these. And so, yeah, this is also something I want to like maybe cast on today. But I don't have a pattern picked out, so realistically, this will just be at some point over this Christmas break. I'll find one and pick one and start on that. So that is officially everything. Thank you so much for sticking around. I've had so much fun chatting and just talking about all my cozy things. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week.